Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to edit the keyframes that you have created already and how to add keyframes. On this scene, I have two circles and they're both different objects. So the green circle is, right now they're identical and I've obviously created the materials for the red and the green. But the green circle, I'm going to animate frame by frame. That means inside the object. We're going to go into the edit mode to animate it. And the red circle, we're going to animate the object, the entire object. And we're going to use tweening, so a little bit different. So the first thing I'd like to do is I'm going to hide the green one and let's animate this red one. The first thing I want to do is reposition the origin point. So I'm in object mode, go to object, set origin, origin to geometry, and there we have it. First of all, I'm going to make my animation 20 frames. So I'm going to end it at 20 frames. I am going to use the timeline because this is a tween animation and I'm going to animate the object. So let's do the same thing for this one. Let's move this over to here and zoom in. You can zoom in by scrolling. You can also move the timeline by shift, middle mouse clicking. And there's my 20 frames. And I am in the timeline. I am in the timeline. And so I'm ready to animate. I'm going to start here on frame 1. I'm going to hit the auto keyframe. Grab my move tool. I'll have my first keyframe there. So I have my first keyframe on frame 1. That's a position. Right at frame 2, I'm going to move it all the way over here and it'll create a keyframe. And then on frame 3, I'm going to move it all the way over here. So as you can see, it just goes from here to here to here. And it should be, if I hit play, it should be like super fast. Boom, boom, boom. Not realistic. So if you wanted to slow down an animation, you can grab all the keyframes by marquee selecting or box selecting all keyframes. And then hit the S key where, in this case, where the playhead is very important. So I'm going to put the playhead on frame 1, hit the S key, and then I can stretch out those keyframes. In other words, I'm scaling them up. I can also scale them in the negative space. But as I scale them up, you'll notice that now it'll be a lot slower. And it became slower, and all of these frames, the ball seems to be moving in the right direction till it gets to that frame because it's tweened. All the in-between frames are animated. We used tweening on this object. So not a big deal. Can I place a keyframe between these two? Yes. If I move the ball out of place, that means it's going to have a new keyframe, and therefore it went down and all the frames in between were adjusted. And I can get rid of a keyframe. Right click, delete keyframe. And this will go back to how it was. Boom, 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 boom. Easy, not a problem. Yes, you can have tweening in between as this object is being animated from frame to frame. But I'm going to show you the other side. I'm going to hide this object and I'm going to show the green one. And in this one, I don't need to move the origin point because I am going to animate the stroke within the object, the stroke that is inside the object. So So I'm in object mode. I'm going to go to edit mode and select the stroke. Now, for this one, there is no auto keyframe. We're going to be using the dope sheet. Again, because we're using not tweening, we're going to use frame by frame. So on this one, I'm going to select the stroke, move it to the right position, frame 1, move it in place, go to frame 2, go to here, and go to frame 3, and then go to here. If I hit play, it's the same process. I'm going to turn auto keyframe off. Boom, boom, boom. The way we started the other one. Now, if I select these keyframes, box select these keyframes, I can hit S and scale them up just like we did the other one. And it's the exact same thing. I'm going to hit play, but you notice that there are no in-between frames. It just goes from 9 to 10 all in one jump, and from 19 to 20 all in one jump. So somebody was asking me, can we draw in between frames? And yes, you can. I'd go from turn on onion skinning, and you can, by moving this, you can draw an in-between frame. And now you have 2 frames. And I would do each one individually. Until you have all of them done. And this is frame by frame, creating frames, keyframes with inside the other would be the same, but now we have the exact same thing. And again, you can slow this down by selecting them. You can move keyframes around. So now it'll start out on frame 9. You can slow them down even more. Hit S to scale and slow them down this way. Or just select them and move them and arrange them the way you want. You can just do one, move them anywhere you want, and then animate anything you want and add as many as you want. And so if I turn this one off, turn this one on, I select this one, and I could see my keyframes here. I only have 3 keyframes. These are being tweened. Not a big deal. And again, you could just grab them and make it faster. Hit scale, make them faster. Boom, boom. Hey guys, I hope this video was helpful to you, and if you like the video, go ahead and click on the like button and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you.